The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its screen glowing like a beacon in the dim morning light. I froze, spatula in hand, eggs sizzling in the pan. The notification wasn't a text or an email. It was a photo, sent from Claire's phone. Her face, flushed and laughing, pressed close to another man's, his lips grazing her cheek. The timestamp, 2:17 a.m. My stomach churned, the smell of burning eggs filling the air. I turned off the stove, my hands trembling, and stared at the image until it blurred into a kaleidoscope of betrayal. Claire was still asleep upstairs, her soft snores drifting down like a mockery of normalcy. We'd been married 7 years, built a life of routines, coffee at dawn, her yoga classes, my late nights at the law firm. But this photo, this stranger's arm around her, shattered the illusion of us. I wanted to scream, to storm upstairs and shake her awake, but my legs felt like lead. Instead, I sat at the table, the cold wood pressing against my palms, and let the questions claw at me. Who was he? When did this start? How could I not have seen it? The signs had been there, hadn't they? Her late nights at the gallery, where she curated exhibitions, had become more frequent. Client dinners, she'd said, her smile tight, her eyes darting away. I chalked it up to stress, to her ambition. I trusted her, loved her. The photo burned in my mind, his hand on her waist, her head tilted back in a way I hadn't seen in years. My chest tightened, a mix of rage and grief, but I couldn't move. Not yet. I heard her footsteps on the stairs, light and unhurried, as if the world hadn't just cracked open. She appeared in the doorway, hair mussed, wearing my old college sweatshirt. "Morning," she said, voice soft, oblivious. She poured coffee, the gurgle of the machine filling the silence. I stared at her, searching for guilt, for a flicker of confession, but her face was a mask of calm. Was she that good at lying? Or was I that blind? "You sleep okay?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm inside. I slid the phone toward her, screen dark, testing her. She nodded, sipping her coffee. Like a rock. "You. Rough night," I said, watching her. "Got a weird message. Wanna see?" Her fingers tightened around the mug. Just for a second, but I caught it. A flicker of something, fear? Guilt? She shrugged, casual. "Sure." I unlocked the phone, the photo blazing to life. Her eyes widened, coffee sloshing as she set the mug down too fast. "James, Who is he?" My voice was low, dangerous. I didn't recognize it. She swallowed, her gaze darting to the window, the sink, anywhere but me. "It's not what you think. It was just a late night at the gallery. A group thing." "He's a client. A client who kisses you at 2 in the morning?" My hands clenched, nails biting into my palms. "Don't lie to me, Claire." "I'm not." Her voice cracked, desperate. "It was nothing. We were drinking, celebrating a sale. It got out of hand, but it wasn't." "Stop." I stood, the chair scraping against the floor. The sound echoed like a gunshot. "You sent me this. By accident, I'm guessing. But you sent it." Her face crumpled, and for a moment I saw the Claire I loved, vulnerable, human. But then she straightened, defiance flashing in her eyes. "You're always at work, James. Always. I'm alone here, night after night. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I'm not a nun." The words hit like a slap. I stepped back, the kitchen shrinking around me. "So this is my fault? I'm out there grinding to pay for this house, for your gallery, and you're what? Sleeping with some art bro because I'm not home enough." She flinched, tears welling, but her voice stayed sharp. "It was one night. One mistake. I didn't sleep with him. I swear." I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But the photo, that intimate tilt of her head, told a different story. My mind raced, replaying months of her late nights, her distracted kisses, the way she'd started locking her phone. Small things I'd ignored, rationalized because I loved her. Because I trusted her. Then why send me this? I held up the phone, my voice breaking. Why rub it in my face? I didn't mean to. She reached for me, but I pulled away. "It was an accident, James. I was drunk, Stop lying." The shout tore out of me, raw and jagged. She froze, eyes wide, and the silence that followed was suffocating. I sank back into the chair, my anger dissolving into something heavier. Grief, maybe. "Just tell me the truth." She sat across from me, hands twisting in her lap. "His name's Ethan," she whispered. "He's a collector." We've been working together for months. Last night we kissed. That's it. I stopped it. I swear. I stared at the table, the grain of the wood blurring as my eyes burned. Why didn't you tell me? Why hide it? Because I knew you'd react like this, she said, voice trembling. I knew you'd hate me. I don't hate you, I said, and it was true even now. That was the worst part. I loved her despite the knife in my chest. But trust? That was gone, shattered in a single photo. The day dragged on, a haze of tense silences and half-hearted apologies. I didn't know what to do, leave, stay, scream, cry. I thought of the life we'd built, the plans we'd made. Could I forgive her? Could I live with the doubt? That night I slept in the guest room, the bed cold and unfamiliar. My phone buzzed again, another message from her number. My heart stopped, expecting another photo, another wound. It was a text. I'm so sorry, James. I love you. Please don't leave me. I stared at it, my thumb hovering over the reply button. Then another message came through. A screenshot from her chat with Ethan. Last night was a mistake, she'd written to him. I love my husband. We're done. Relief flooded me, but it was tainted, fragile. I wanted to believe her, to rebuild what we had. But as I lay in the dark, the photo still burned behind my eyes. I typed a reply, deleted it, typed again. Finally I sent, I need time. The next morning I found a note on the kitchen counter, her handwriting shaky. I'll give you space. I'm staying at my sister's. I'll wait for you, James, however long it takes. I stood there, the house silent, her absence a weight I hadn't expected. The photo was still on my phone, a ghost I couldn't delete. I loved her, but love wasn't enough anymore. The twist came later that day when I checked our bank account, needing a distraction. A transfer, $90,000 withdrawn from our savings. The memo read, gallery investment. But I knew the gallery was struggling. Was it for Ethan? For her escape? The betrayal deepened, a second cut, sharper than the first. I sat at the kitchen table, the same place where it all began, and laughed. A bitter, broken sound. Congrats, Claire. I whispered to the empty room. Here's your love bill.